535 Meeker, 1031, possible hostage situation. Extreme caution advised. Suspect description matches the trapper.
You ready for this?
Of course I'm ready.
Nice and easy. Textbook college. What's the play?
Vote for choices by moving your pointer inside the box. You must have a majority vote to progress the game. Play a takeover card to lock out your friends and seize control of a choice. You'll start with just one card. Earn more by completing searches and QuickTime events. For this choice, you can use your takeover for free. Why don't you give it a go? Just tap the takeover button during a choice to take control.
I'm thinking we walk right through the front door. Catch him off guard.
Got it. Keep the lamps on. Please!
Use your pointer to hit the target before the timer runs out. Whoever hits it first wins a takeover.
What do you think?
You check upstairs. I got this floor. Tom! He's in here.
Hands up now!
To shoot, everyone must move their pointer onto the target. Think before you shoot. You do not have to open fire.
Hands behind your head, no sudden moves.
I will. shoot.
Don't shoot!
Hey! Don't test my aim, fucker!
I am not gonna hurt her.
Please help me, please get me out of here. Hey. Hey. Easy. Easy now. Let's just take this nice and slow.
Okay. This decision is down to the friend you chose as coolest under pressure.
It's not worth it. It's over.
The hunt for the Trapper came to a dramatic end tonight as police from the 3rd Precinct arrested their primary suspect, Jonathan Finn. Finn is wanted in connection with a string of grisly murders that has gripped the city and claimed the lives of first response police officers. More on this story as it develops.
Ladies and gentlemen, the accused, Jonathan Finn, is guilty. Of that, there's no doubt. Your job is simply to determine how he is punished. This man, the so-called Trapper Killer, has terrorized our community with his brutal murder spree. Booby-trapping his victims so our brave first responders became victims themselves. These innocent people were targeted for no other reason than to play out Jonathan Finn's sick game. Jonathan Finn has confessed to every single one of these crimes. I ask that the court consider Jonathan Finn's voluntary confession of his crimes. He has spared the victims' families a prolonged trial, and in doing so, has demonstrated a glimmer of remorse. Therefore, it is my recommendation that Jonathan Finn be spared the death penalty and instead sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Thank you.
Jonathan Finn, you have committed crimes of such a depraved nature that this court has no alternative but to sentence you to death by lethal injection. This court is adjourned.
Who do you think is the most trusting? Tap the logbook button on your app to read plot updates, view character biographies, and check the major ripple events affecting your story.
I am Ray Weaver, and this is The Crawl. Let's kick it off tonight with our very own homegrown villain, Johnny Finn, the Trapper. Sucker's been on death row for 5 whole years. Mr. Trapper's only got 48 hours left on our big blue marble, so I thought, hey, did you know one of the victims? Phones are open. Caller 1, you're on.
Hey, so, well, yeah, man, I mean, in my point of view, like, they can't fry this son of a bitch hard enough, you know? So he got messed up as a kid. That's no excuse to take it out on our finest boys in blue.
I hear you, but it ain't like our cops got the finest reputation, you know? Look at Marnie for one. Promotion to homicide, medal, the works. This gal's on top of the world, and guess what? Turns out she's dirtier than the rest of us down here in the mud. Mishandling evidence, improper conduct, who knows what else?
Damn. Guess you never know who's one of the good ones.
Good morning, everyone. Caught another pair of John Does this weekend. We're quickly racking up red names on this board, and I gotta tell you, unsolved cases don't exactly uphold the reputation we've built here at this precinct.
Just put Marnie the Magician on the case. I hear she's got a knack for making things disappear.
Son of a bitch.
Detective Calvary, I pretend you didn't just say that. You're dismissed.
Hey, Becky. Ignore him.
Calvary?
Everyone knows he only reported you because you're the biggest target.
Glad to know my accomplishments have earned me something.
You doing okay?
I'd be doing a lot better if Calvary would take a short walk off a tall building.
Hey, just promise me you won't do anything. Don't give IA anything to work with. At least while the inquiry's still open.
Gee, thanks, Mom.
Detective Marnie, we have a word in my office. Look, Marnie, I'm not supposed to comment on an ongoing internal affairs investigation, but if it starts affecting my best detective...
I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, don't apologize. You're a good cop. I have no doubt you didn't do anything to compromise the crime scene intentionally. The facts will speak for themselves.
Thank you for believing in me, sir.
You know, it sometimes feels like we don't have a choice in these things, but you do. You got me?
Yes, of course.
I want to believe that. But I know the trapper's set for execution in 48 hours. It's a heavy load. Knowing you sent someone to death row, I don't want you to be distracted.
Knowing Jonathan Finn's about to make his exit is what gets me up in the morning, sir.
Better than a cup of coffee.
Got your message. Heading to see your client now.
Sorry I couldn't make it back to town.
I'm not crazy about meeting Finn without his attorney present.
I know. Thank you for talking to him so quickly.
Well, he doesn't have much time left, does he?
No, he doesn't.
You want to give me a little preview?
He can be kind of a tough nut to crack. Be strategic.
Great. Any tips?
You need to get him to talk about Adam Jones.
Who's Adam Jones?
Better you hear it from him. You got a plan?
If he's actually got something to say, then I'm ready to hear it. Call you after?
Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Your attorney says you have something you want to tell me.
Sure, but you ain't gonna believe me. No one does. I used to blame God for what happened.
At Las Palmas? The orphanage?
We were just kids. We trusted them. But I've forgiven them now. God teaches us to forgive. If I gotta go out, I ain't going out a liar.
Then tell me the truth.
Miss Graves, I did not kill anybody.
Listen to me. I don't like you. I believe in my duty, and that is to listen to what you have to say, but that window is closing fast. So speak up.
It was Adam.
Adam?
Adam was my best friend at the orphanage, and he killed those people.
I'm listening, but you have to give me more to go on.
Adam and I, well, we've seen some shit together. Makes you close. Adam escaped, and I found drugs. I was high from the moment I got out of there. And a couple of years later, a couple of centuries, hell if I know, Adam tracks me down online. And he keeps writing me and bringing up all that old shit from the orphanage. He says he knows exactly how to make him pay. So we made an arrangement. I rat myself out, I take the heat off him, spend a couple of months in the clink, and then wham! Trapper strikes again. Can't be me, 'cause I'm in here. Makes sense, right?
Pretty convenient.
Convenient? Convenient is Father Raminsky running an orphanage. Fox in a henhouse. You have no idea what it was like in there. The playroom. Well, that's what he called it, but I think he was the only one who was having any fun in there. Cops never found it?
No.
Well, you can go see for yourself.
Not even sure if the orphanage is still standing. So where is he?
Adam? Now? No idea.
How can we find him? Gotta start someplace.
I got a place.
Where?
It's not, It's better if I draw you a map.
This decision is down to the friend you voted as most trusting.
Hey! What's going on?
Hey! What's happening out there? Shit.
It's not as much fun when they don't let you leave, huh?
Settle down and take it easy.
How'd it go?
How do you think?
I got a report back on Adam Jones. He was at Las Palmas same time as my client, but he died in the same fire that closed it for good.
Lana, your client just tried to assault me, okay? He's dangerous. If you're looking to get him out of here, it's not gonna happen. Ever.
Jesus. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Look, that's not what I'm after.
Then why bring me out here?
If you tell the judge about Adam Jones, maybe he'll grant Finn a temporary release and help the cops track down Jones.
Lana, it's too late.
It could lead to an appeal.
All we're doing is delaying the inevitable.
Adam Jones is reasonable doubt, Felicity.
I never wanted the death sentence, but I just don't think this is enough to stop it from happening.
Finn is not a good man, but he is not the Trapper. And if he dies, the Trapper is still out there.
Yeah. You're right. Let's take it to Judge Vanstone, see what happens.
Thank you, Felicity.
Don't thank me yet.
Who is the most persuasive in an argument?
Thank you so much for seeing me so quickly.
Miss Petty already filled me in on this whole Adam Jones business.
Yes, sir. I just spoke with Mr. Finn.
Now, in my experience, you light a candle under a man's ass, you can fly a balloon out of his mouth.
Sir?
Are you buying his story?
I have doubts, but we do have a record of an Adam Jones at the orphanage, same time as Finn.
Has anyone spoken to Jones?
He's been presumed dead for years.
That's quite a stretch, don't you think? Well, even if Jones exists, how can you be sure Finn can track him down?
There's no way to know unless we try, sir.
You're full of surprises, Miss Graves. Well, if you were in my position, what would you do?
Only the friend you voted as most persuasive can make this choice.
I think that he can help us. If you grant Finn a single-day release under armed guard, we may save an innocent man from wrongful execution.
I see. All right, Miss Graves. I'm going to grant Jonathan Finn a temporary release into police custody. But only for 3 hours, no more.
Thank you. Hey, Lana, you're not gonna believe this.
He actually went for it?
Surprised the heck out of me.
Wow. Nice work, Felicity.
Don't call me that. I'm gonna head over to Homicide and let him know.
Good call. And Felicity, thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
Outrageous. Case against Finn was air goddamn tight. Nailed him with a hostage, for Christ's sake. Had to be one hell of a tale for you to go and spin the judge's head around.
I'm just doing my job, Detective Calvary. I try not to miss things that might be important. I know that's sort of a foreign concept around here.
I'm not gonna punch a DA. Not a lady one, at least.
Who exactly was Adam Jones? Did he come up at all during the investigation?
Uh-huh. There was an Adam Jones at the orphanage. But you know what? Sorry fucker was killed in the fire that shut the place down. So the story kind of ends there.
Finn's got impeccable timing. You don't think he's full of it?
I'm just covering every possibility. And Judge wants this thing airtight. Double airtight. He's granting a temporary release into police custody to help find Adam Jones. Finn tells me Rominsky had a secret room at the orphanage. Called it the Playroom. It's where he held his extracurricular activities. Does that sound familiar?
I'd remember something like that. That didn't come out in the report.
I was wondering, Mr. Hillary, so when you analyzed the bodies of the Trapper's victims, did you find anything that might suggest there could be another suspect?
Gosh, that was 5 years ago. I don't think so.
So no reason to suspect anyone but Finn?
I do recall only, submitting a partial analysis of the evidence because Mr. Finn confessed, so it seemed open and shut.
So there was more evidence left to analyze?
Well, yeah, trace signatures.
Do you have access to all that data?
Now just hold on a goddamn second. How can you even entertain the idea of letting this scumbag out of his cell? Finn had motive. He went through hell at Las Palmas. He hated the police. We even found his hair at another crime scene.
The RV park, right? That was the social worker? And, Detective Marnie, would you mind walking me through that night again?
I'll walk you through it in 2 words. Missed opportunity. Could have had Finn in handcuffs right then and there.
I think I'd like to hear from Detective Marnie, if you don't mind.
Sure. Catherine Hope was a social worker at Las Palmas Orphanage. We didn't know Finn had her.
Who would you describe as the bravest person amongst you?
We got a 10-8 at Hog Haven Trailer Park out by the highway. A break-in in progress. I was closest to the scene, so I went solo. Should have been a piece of cake, but that night everyone was on pins and needles because the trapper was raising Cain. any one of us could have been next. This is 609 on the CFBIP. Open exit on the highway. No perp. Gonna make an entry to the trailer.
609 acknowledged. Caution advised.
Search for the clues shown at the top of the screen. When you spot them, use your pointer to highlight them before the timer runs out. You'll win a takeover for every clue found. These clues could help you in the future, so try to find them all.
Help me. Please.
Okay. Just keep quiet. Who did this to you?
I was in the bar. I don't know. I woke up here. Oh God, please help me, please. What's happening?
Only the friend you chose as the bravest can make this choice.
Okay, I'm gonna remove the timer.
Oh God! Oh my God, get me out of there! Ah!
Okay, calm down, please.
Hurry! Oh, God.
Well, at least we only had one casualty that night.
Not that it did a lot of good. Social worker was killed in a hit-and-run a few weeks later.
It wasn't the kind of thing I'm eager to repeat.
Finn must have seen you coming. Got out before finishing the job.
Yeah, split so quick he left his gear behind.
How did Finn get away?
I tried to lock down the perimeter, but Finn was long gone by the time backup arrived.
So how did you link Finn to the scene?
I discovered that Mr. Finn had left a hair at the scene. We ran the DNA through our criminal database, and he came up as the match.
He was already in the system.
Finn had been in and out of the station so many times he practically had a door with his name on it. When we got the tip that he'd been spotted at a squat, we just happened to be driving by.
Shit just seems to fall in your lap, Detective.
At least I caught him, dick.
Uh-oh. Mama Bear's got a temper. Watch out.
I'm sorry, Detective, but your attitude is not helping.
I'm sorry. Last I checked, this was my case. And I got my guy convicted. Who the fuck are you to question my competency?
I'm a district attorney. Are you finished?
The Trapper case shook everyone up. I think we've poured enough salt on all our own wounds for one night.
Sergeant.
I think that about covers it. Or anything else we can help you with?
All right, I've heard enough. Thank you, everyone, for hearing me out.
And thank you for eating up our entire afternoon with this shit.
Hey, Graves.
Yeah?
I just wanted to say that...
Calvary's a dick.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You were really helpful. Oh, hey, what are you doing tonight?
What?
I've got a huge stack of files at my apartment. Not gonna be able to get through it on my own.
You know, I think I'll take a pass. We'll let you know if anything comes up.
Fair enough. Have a good one.
Which one of your friends keeps calm when emotions are running high?
Huh. A rat trap. Target number 1, Rupert... Walsh, local undertaker, drunk, no apparent connection to Las Palmas orphanage. After the murder, the trapper rigged a shotgun to the motel door and the first responding officer was killed. Second target, Frederick LeMay. Orderly at Las Palmas, drug charges, assaults, but no convictions. Trapper left his body in a pitch-black room and filled the light fixture with C4. First responding officer flipped the switch and sayonara. Third target, Father Rominsky. The trapper had sewn explosives inside his body, wired to blow if he moved a muscle. Left him sitting in a prayer position, and he was forced to confess his sins, namely the abuse he and his cronies conducted at the orphanage. The first responder was... it was Sergeant Teller. A theory. While the first target had no apparent connection to Las Palmas, all the responding officers were from the 3rd Precinct, including Detective Marnie. Were the initial victims just a smokescreen, and the real targets the 3rd Precinct police? Why would he target them? Contacts.
Who would you like to call?
Becky Marnie.
Calling Becky Marnie.
Hi, Detective Marnie. This is Felicity Graves.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so sorry for calling so late, but I've just been going over the case files and... Do you mind if I run a theory by you?
Sure. Hit me.
Well, I noticed that all of the first responders were from the 3rd Precinct, including yourself. And do you think it's possible that the real targets in each of the Trapper killings were actually the first responding officers?
I suppose it's possible.
Well, I'm not trying to accuse the cops of anything, and I know you were one of the responders, too. So that's kind of why I was wondering if there might be something there, some grudge. You knew the other cops, right? Do you know if there's any reason to think that Finn might have targeted them?
Honestly, I could think of a million reasons. I was in the 3rd Precinct, sure, but I got out of there as soon as I could.
How do you mean?
Place was a hellhole, at least back then. Drugs, bribes, you name it. Those were not good guys.
Still?
A lot of it cleaned up pretty soon after the Trapper killings.
Interesting. Okay, well, thank you. You've been very helpful, Detective Marnie.
No problem. And call me Becky.
Thank you, Becky.
This is 125 at the 1016. Make an entry.
125 acknowledged. Caution advised.
This is the police. Anyone here? Oh, dear God. Sir, can you hear me?
What's going on?
We got a problem.
What?
Victim's a cop.
What? What happened?
I was just trying to put that together. Call came in and there was a body. Responder showed up, body was rigged. Trap was down.
Police? Who? How?
It's cavalry.
What? No, that doesn't That's ridiculous.
They're still sorting through the mess. Becky.
Oh my God.
Excuse me, would you please stay clear of my working area? Thank you.
From what we can piece together, it seems like Calvary brought a prostitute.
God.
Brought her back here where, you know.
Track her down?
Only got a partial description. 20s, brunette.
Great.
Calvary put a whole clip in that wall and didn't hit one thing. Only blood here's his. And Officer Montesinos.
The responder?
Calvary's body was rigged. Traps.
Fuck. That's a whole clip. If someone cut his throat from behind, then why would he fire this way? And if they did it from the front, why would he miss? Oh, God. It's really him.
Anything?
Nothing useful.
Becky, I'm sorry, but I have to ask you this. Where were you last night?
I was home.
Alone?
Yeah? So?
Shit.
What?
You need to be very, very careful how you handle this.
Why?
You gotta make sure you account for all your whereabouts. Everyone knows how you and Calvary felt about each other.
Tom.
You have to be careful.
This isn't happening.
I wish it wasn't.
I hated that fucker, but I would never do something like this.
I believe you.
You shouldn't have to believe me. Oh my God.
That's the end of part 1. Check the logbook, fix yourself a drink, and hit the box when you're ready to move on. And now, part 2 of Hidden Agenda. Who do you think is the most loyal?
Hey, Simon, how you holding up?
Hanging in there.
A lot of extra work whenever there's a freak on the loose, I guess.
Okay, guys, settle down. Listen up. Hey, listen up. We lost a cop today. Another one won't be returning to active duty. And it could have been even worse. I know it's going to be tough on all of us. No one here ever thought we'd see the day that Jack Calvary went down for the count. Well, let's be blunt, he wasn't the kind to catch his flies with sugar. But he was one of us. And this atrocity cannot stand.
Excuse me, Sergeant. What's the latest on the witness? The call girl?
We got an APB out, and one for this Adam Jones, too. We'll keep you updated. Until we have reason to believe otherwise, we are treating this as a Trapper copycat. It's entirely possible that Jonathan Finn is somehow pulling the strings from behind bars. We have District Attorney Felicity Graves here to help with the investigation. She is familiar with the Trapper's MO. She's here to help. Please extend her every courtesy. One more thing. District Attorney Felicity Graves has negotiated to have Jonathan Finn temporarily released into our custody.
Ah, come on. You believe this?
Hey, I think this might be a valuable lead, and I'm going to follow it through. Anyone has a problem with that, you know where my office is. Detective Marnie, I'm going to need you to look into Calvary's old Trapper case files. We're looking for links here, anything we could have missed.
Yeah, sure. Got it.
Okay, time to get moving. Just remember, Jack Calvary is watching from whatever shithole he ended up in. Let's do him proud.
Hi.
Miss Graves.
How you holding up?
It's tough losing one of the ranks, no matter how it goes down. But thank you for asking. Let you know if we find anything.
They're getting ready to move Finn for his little field trip. I'd like for you to join us.
So would I. If I can get out of the dungeon. Do we have a problem?
What?
Do you really think that I have something to do with this?
Becky, come on.
Oh, no, Tom. You come on.
Will you move, please?
Only the friend who is most loyal can make this choice.
I'm your partner. We have to be honest with each other.
Honest? Fine. Here's honest. Everybody knows about this beef between you and Calvary. Some of these guys, they don't think you're all there. You've got to start watching out for yourself.
Tom, you're accusing me of murdering a fellow officer.
You had motive. I'm just doing my job.
You're my partner, Tom.
How can I forget?
We're supposed to be on the same side here.
I'm not on your side because I'm your partner. I'm on your side because I'm your friend. And you got more around here than you realize. Why do you think Riggs put you on case review?
He just wants me out of the way.
Maybe. Or maybe he thinks you'll actually find something.
Adam Jones was definitely at Las Palmas, same time as Finn. Allegedly died in the fire that shut the place down. Now, according to Finn, Jones grew up to be the Trapper, but how can that be possible? Doesn't make sense. If these killings are connected to the Las Palmas orphanage, Father Rominsky is at the center of it. It's just too bad that the rest of the clergy took a vow of silence the minute things started to get hairy for him. But Finn told Felicity that Rominsky had some kind of secret room at the orphanage. Couldn't find any reference to this in the police records. I guess it's time for me to head over to Las Palmas and take another look. Hello? Hello? Oh, hello, ladies. Looks like Father Rominsky was a regular customer. Whoa.
Who do you think is the most daring?